Hello people, welcome back to the show. It's the Gooner Tokes, and today it's going to be a preview for the Champions League game that we've got tomorrow against Club Brugge. It is that time again. Fixtures are coming thick and fast, there's just no break, there's just no let up, and the boys have to be ready for it. But before we get into that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, yeah? Help me grow the community and we can grow together, right? So, let's get right into it. Champions League is back. Not that it ever really went anywhere, but you know what I mean. And we've got quite a winnable game tomorrow against Club Brugge. Club Brugge sit 26th in the table, so they are just outside, the qualification for the playoffs. And let's face it, Club Brugge are not a massive team in Europe. They're not really pulling up any trees, and they've only got 4 points from the first, was it 5 games? 4 games? 5 games from the first 5 games, and we've got 15. We got a perfect record in Europe, and so I don't really see that changing against Club Brugge, but we need to be, aware, and we need to be on our toes and not get caught out by them. But having said that, it's a perfect time to make some changes. Do you know what I mean? The team needs a bit of freshening up, I feel. A lot of players have played a lot of minutes because every game has been a big game. Like, do you know what I mean? Spurs, Bayern, Chelsea, Villa, Brentford even. These are tough games and there's just one after the other. So it's really good that now we have a couple of lighter games where we can actually rotate the squad a little bit better, give some people a bit of a break and a bit of a breather before, we have to go again in some more heavy games. So the one place that we're not really going to see much change is defense, people. Okay, so the team that I think, let's talk about it. I think Kepa should come in. Raya has played a lot, and this is Club Brugge. If Kepa can't perform against Club Brugge, then what is he doing there? And I think he can. I think he's a great goalkeeper, to be honest. Not as good as Raya, but someone who can come in and do a job. So I would like to see that rotation made. Give Raya a little bit of a break. It's a mental load as much as a physical load, really, for a goalkeeper. And so sometimes getting a little break, getting a bit of a breather can really help that, especially when we're going to need to push on again soon. In defence, not a lot is going to change, really. I mean, the only thing that I'm thinking might happen is Skelly coming in for Calafiori, because Calafiori's suspended for the next game against Wolves anyway. So maybe it's a good idea for Lewis Skelly to get a few minutes under his belt against Club Brugge. It's like I said, it's not the toughest team that we could be playing in the Champions League, let's be perfectly honest. So I think it's a good game for him to come in, get a bit more up to speed and ready for the Wolves game at the weekend. And then Calafiori will be nice and rested to come back in after that, because we've got no defenders, really. So we've got to rest the one rotational one that we have. In this case, it's Calafiori. Give him a couple of games break so that he can come back fresh and really help out the defense. So I think that would be the best thing to do. The rest of the defense, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have Nkapie, Timber, and Ben White. That's it. There's no other options. Unless we start putting Zubi or Norgard in defense, which I really don't think we should be doing, then I think that's going to be the defense, people. In midfield, I think we should start making some changes now. I want to see Eze rested and Ødegaard given a run in this game, right? Because it's a game where he can get back into rhythm. He's going to have space to operate against Club Brugge. He can build up his confidence, maybe get a goal, maybe get an assist, and really start getting his level back up again, A great game for Norgard to come in. Rice needs a break. Give the guy a break, okay? We should be able to manage Club Brugge without Rice. Let him have the night off. Don't even let him worry about being at the stadium or nothing like that. Just take the day off. Go stay with your family. Look after the kids. Spend time with the wife. Take it easy. Norgard should be able to come in and help with that role. I think Zubimendi should start really as well, because we need that kind of balance there. And I don't see who else is going to come in. If Eze's coming out and Rice is coming out, really, what are the options in midfield? Nwaneri's not going to start, I don't think. Maybe he could come in, but I don't think he's going to start if Ødegaard plays in that role. I think you'll have Norgard and Zubimendi so that Ødegaard can just go and do his thing. Do you know what I mean? And leave them to taking care of everything else. And just, Ødegaard, go play, go be free, go play some football, go do some silky, fancy stuff. It's time to get up to it. It's time for you to contribute as our captain, Ødegaard. you know, rate you highly, big player, great player. And so just start performing, Erdegaard. We need you, man. This is the time to come and start stepping up. Perfect game to get some rhythm back in. Up front, I want total changes. Do you know what I mean? Madueke should be coming in on that right wing for Saka. Saka hasn't been in top form, so it would be good to give Madueke a bit of an opportunity. I think he would have a lot of joy against Club Brugge. Do you know what I mean? Going at them, he's going to push them back. He's going to get a lot of touches in the box, and it could be a good game for him to get an assist as well, get a goal. I think get the confidence back up in the boys, get people hyped again. You know, I think the last few performances and just how heavy everything has been, I think the guys are maybe a little bit not down, not depressed, but a little bit low on energy. And so let's do something to get that energy back up. It's a great game as well for Gyökeres to come in. We need a striker playing. As much as I rate Merino, I think it's important that we have a striker back playing and then striker role. Do you know what I mean? And give Gyökeres an opportunity as well to get a run in the side again, get his rhythm up and everything. And so he can start contributing, you know? Because we're missing so many defenders, we need to go and make the most of our attack and put games to bed like we couldn't do against Villa. Not that, you know, we were the better team, but we need to be able to put games to bed so that even, you know, if our defense, which obviously is stretched at the moment, if they let in a goal, then it's not the end of the world because we've already scored 3. Do you know what I mean? So I would love to see Gyökeres play, get on the score sheet. Martinelli needs to find his rhythm as well, you know? And so I would like to see him start in the side. And I think it's a great game for all these players to get their confidence up. You can perform against Bruges, I think, not easily, but I think, you know, it's going to be one of those games which, you know, there's quite a lot of opportunities for Arsenal to dominate, and that's what I expect us to do, dominate the game and win comfortably. Get the good vibes back into the squad, get the good vibes back into the stadium, get everybody, you know, thinking positive again. Because, yo, we are still top of the league. We're still top of the Champions League. So all this, like, I don't know, negative defeatist talk, yeah, you know, you lose a game, you feel bad and you moan, but we need to get over that now and focus on the next game and the next performances and being as good as we can be. So for me, that's what I would do team-wise. I would make as many changes as possible. This is the type of game that you need to rotate in. If you really want to keep your squad fresh, and especially when we have such a big squad and we've got so many good players, I think the best thing to do is start doing rotations in games like this when you can, you know what I mean? And I think it's a game we can win comfortably against Club Brugge. They're gonna, you know, see this as maybe their cup final and maybe they're gonna try extra hard, but we've got the quality, you know, and we need to demonstrate that. We need to show them that we're the bigger team and make it really, really hard for them, make it really, really uncomfortable for them. I want Madueke pushing them back constantly. That's why I want him starting. Like I said, I want those touches in the box. I want him to win a penalty. Do you know what I mean? I want their defenders on the back foot. And we can do that to Club Brugge, really. This is like a nice game to have after the Villa game. Do you know what I mean? Also, with the Wolves game coming at the weekend, but obviously I'll get into that at a later stage. But for me, this is the team that should start. I think we can win this game comfortably. You know, I would love for us to keep a clean sheet because we've been lacking those a little bit recently. We got a clean sheet against Brentford, but mostly we've been conceding goals. So I would love to see a clean sheet there. Let the defenders use this game to build up their confidence as well. Timber and Nkapie working together again in another game will work together a little bit better. So that's all it is really. With the defense in particular, it's about getting those relationships built because Gabriel and Saliba, that's one of the reasons why it's so hard to score against us because they're like telepathic. They know what each other's doing. They understand each other's game, strengths, weaknesses, everything. You know, they don't have to really chat so much, but these lot, they need to communicate and they need to understand where their distances are. They need to support. They need to get the support in from midfield so that they're not getting caught out in transition or anything like that. But this is the perfect game for us to start, you know, showing our dominance again. And that's what I expect to happen. So for me, that's the squad that should start against Club Brugge tomorrow. Why don't you let me know what you think? I wouldn't be surprised to see 1 or 2 little things different there. That's good. I want to not be able to guess your team, Arteta, because we need to start making rotations. And so it shouldn't be that, oh, I know exactly who's going to play, because then the opposition's going to know exactly who's going to play. So we need to start utilizing the squad a bit better. We've been forced into certain things with defense, but in terms of midfield and attack, we've got players coming back now, so we need to start making some rotations and getting everybody hyped and you know, fit and rested enough to be able to contribute in the second half of the season, which is coming up pretty soon, right? By the end of this festive period, we're going to be into part 2 of the season, and that's when, you know, the shit really hits the fan, and the big boys are sorted from the little boys. So we need to be in a good position for that. So for me, that's who should start against Club Brugge. Let me know what you think, okay? And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. Drop me a comment and I will definitely respond. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a great day, people. Okay, peace, bye, take it easy.